So, I recently watched the show Chad Towers on Disney+. It was created by and starring Glen Powell. The premise is, a football player spectacularly lost a match and ruined his reputation. Years later, he integrates a new team as a quarterback under a new identity. He achieves this by wearing prosthetic makeup and creating this whole new person called Chad Towers. I will get into some spoilers in this review, but let me sum up my opinion for you real quick. This is one of the best shows I have watched this year. It is funny, it is emotional, and the writing is incredible. I give this show a 9 out of 10. Now, let's get into some spoilers. First of all, let's talk about the writing. As I said, the show is very funny and very well written. The dialogue is very funny, and each episode really made me want to watch the next one. I cannot tell you the number of times that I laughed out loud and gasped. The acting was incredible, especially by Glen Powell. Sometimes, Chad became Ross again, and I completely forgot that he looked and sounded that way. The makeup was very good, and I appreciated that there was a logical explanation behind him having access to it. Here, Ross's father is a prosthetic makeup artist that is working on a Michael Bay movie. Ross is on his way there to give the makeup to his father when he sees a Mrs. Doubtfire poster and gets the idea to do the same. In movies where people create a new identity with makeup, it's not always explained how they get it, or if it is, it doesn't show the reality of applying the makeup every day and how it takes time. They just apply all of it on their own and it doesn't seem to take that long when in reality it would require hours. I recently sat and got latex on my face for Halloween, and I can tell you, it took a while to put it, it took a while to fully take it off, and while I was wearing it, it was not always comfortable. But that's something that is usually brushed off. The makeup is not the reason why it is funny, it is just a tool. What I really liked is that we see Ross struggling with the makeup. He's worried about having to shower in front of people, so he makes weird and awkward excuses. Then he does get water into it, and it looks like he's crying, so he runs away without saying a word. The comical situations come out of the reality of having to wear prosthetic makeup all day. There's a whole episode where the team is traveling and Ross runs out of glue. Him and Danny go to the store, and that creates drama that results in Coach having a heart attack and Ricky figuring out that Chad is not actually Chad. Every scene has an impact on the next one, and everything feels like a butterfly effect. There's only one thing about this show that I didn't care for at first. Basically, we only have 2 women in the show, and from the first episode, it was obvious that Ricky was going to be the love interest. I guess this is true to life, that there are not a lot of women working with sports, and I was kind of disappointed to see that the only girl is the coach's daughter. But at least, the character of Ricky is well written. Just because she likes sports doesn't mean that she is masculine coded, she wears typically feminine clothes, for example. It's not much, but it's a lot because when people picture a woman who likes sports, they tend to portray her as masculine because only men can love sports, I guess, and the girls that do must look like men. I also liked Ricky's reacting to finding out the truth about Chad. She's the only one who figures it out because she's the only one who is paying attention. During this whole season, she is not taken seriously even by her own father, even though she obviously is very talented. But the fact that she is the underdog allows her to connect with Chad and discover the truth. And when she does, she's super mad and even slaps him, even though he just confessed his feelings for her. That's the normal reaction, but a lot of shows tend to make girls forgive and forget really quickly if a boy shows the slightest interest in them. Something else I really liked about the writing is the fact that we have some gay jokes, but they are not offensive. The character of Danny is gay, but he's not fully the gay best friend stereotype. Because Chad and Danny spend a lot of time together, people think that they are sleeping together. But no one is mean about it, they are just curious. Like at some point, the coach asks Chad about it and says, "Look, where a man hangs his head is his own business." And I thought that was super funny. Even Ross, who is the usual macho, himbo, jock stereotype, isn't mean to him about that. He quickly denies being gay, but he's not offended either. I think that was a very cool way to handle the gay jokes. Laughing with the gays, not at them. I don't know if another season has been announced, but if that show is not renewed, I will have to riot. The show is excellent, the writing and the acting are funny and smart. The makeup is obviously incredible. Let's hope we get a season 2. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you soon for another review.